Let's learn about lie angles on McGolf's Tools of the Trade Tuesday. Let's learn a little something about lie angles. Welcome back to the McGolf shop. We've already talked about loft, we've talked about length, now it's time to talk about lie. Very quickly, lie is the angle that the shaft makes when the club is in the sold position. Yes, I mean the lie angle from when the club is sitting right here. It's this part right here that we measure to find the lie angle. So from here while it's sold, and then this shaft angle. And what we're doing on the Clubmaker Tuesday, Tools of the Trade Tuesdays, we'll go back to the machine and we'll talk about bending lie angles. All right, bending lie angles. So on Tools of the Trade Tuesday, we're going to talk about how you bend them with the tools that we have. On Fitting Friday, we're going to talk about what lie angles truly mean. So let's get to it. Okay, when you're adjusting lie angles, you have to have a good clamping mechanism. And the good clamping mechanism, there's 3 units out there. One is the Mitchell unit, one is the Golf Mechanic unit, and the other one is the True Blue. All right, Mitchell and the True Blue are here in the USA. The Golf Mechanic is not in the USA, but they're all quality machines and they all need to have a really good clamp, and they do. Second part is they have to have some sort of gauge so you have a starting point, because you need to know how much you're bending. When you put your club in the machine, you're not guessing how much you're going to be bending this. You should know what you're going to be bending this to. So if you need a degree, 2 degrees, or whatever, all right, but you need a gauge to get started, then you bend it, then you measure it. That's going to be a habit. You put it in the gauge, you measure it, you bend it, you measure it again, so you know the adjustments that you've made. Second is you have to have a good bending bar. All right, a good bending bar is a good heavy bending bar. You don't want some lightweight little bending bar for when you're doing irons and or hybrids and or woods. Rule of thumb. Number 1 is cast can be moved about 2 degrees. Everything's about 2 degrees. Then forged is 4. Forged is 4. That's another rule of thumb. So those are just rules of thumb. If you don't feel like you're going to be getting there, or you can't get there, then don't. It's more preferred that you don't get there than break the club. And that brings on the next one. If you are going to use one of these tools, the very next thing you need to do is either one of 2 things. Either one, you get a sign that says, "I broke it, you bought it." All right? Or you explain to the person that is getting the clubs bent. So this is a 2 for guys that want to do this for a hobby or a business, for friends, whatever, and 2, the guys that are going to go out and have it done. All right? Technically, there is a crystal lattice structure in the metal, and sometimes there are defects, and sometimes when you go to put the bending bar on it, sometimes they snap. All right, that's sometimes, not very often. In fact, it's very, 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 very infrequent, but it does happen. So the "I broke it, you bought it" policy. Now when I do it here, I tell people it's the "I broke it, you bought it" policy. And what does that mean? It means if I broke it, it means it's on you. Now, does that mean I'm going out there and I'm wiggling this thing like a gorilla? Absolutely not. What that means is that I'm going to take the right amount of time, apply the right amount of pressure to get the right amount of adjustment. And if I don't feel that I'm going to get there, I don't go there. All right. However, if I do get there, fine. And if I get there and it breaks, that's bad, but that's on the customer. It's not that I'm trying to do it. It just sometimes things happen. And with that in mind, that keeps the price of the bending low. If I was to take full-on responsibility for it, then it would be $70, $80 a club to bend to make sure that if it got broke that I could replace the doggone thing. So keep that in mind too when you're bending or getting your clubs bent. All right, so when you're getting ready to put this on here, you put it on there, you get it, you use both hands so you can feel the club bending. Okay, so you can feel the club bending. Cast clubs will have what they call memory. They'll want to snap back, okay, and you'll be able to feel it once you get a couple of times. Now you got to be careful on forwards because they're really soft. They're going to want to move very, very quick. And so you got to keep that's the reason why I keep both hands, so it just doesn't fall on you. Measure, bend, measure. Measure, bend, measure. Measure, bend, measure. All right, and then all three of those tools, which you'll see down in the show notes. So that's line angle in a nutshell. So if you liked it, please like it. If you want to learn more about the club making part of it, then subscribe, and that way you'll know that it's coming. And let's see your scores go low.